Who's been here since the morning? Who's still got attention with them today? All right. Who's ready to learn how to turn attention into money? All right. Cool. So, for a show of hands, raise your hand if you're currently running ads for your business. I know someone else asked this. I didn't see it. Who's running ads right now for their business? Okay. Who's not running ads but would like to, just has no idea where to start? No one? Might as well just get off stage then. Okay. Who in here runs an info product or service-based business? Few of you. Okay. So what we're going to cover today is how to consistently turn $1 into $3 or more in your business without needing to go viral with content, without needing to build complex funnels with 30, 40 steps, without even needing any prior ads experience. You can see here, this was one of the first clients that I worked with. We turned $1 into about $20 consistently, helped them scale past $1 million in the first year. So you're going to get today the foundations to print money with paid ads, the only funnel that you'll need to crack 500K a month, the benchmarks and the boring math that really matter to help you scale. Quick disclaimer, here's what I'm not going to do with you today. I'm not going to flex massive revenue numbers. There's guys in this room who've generated billions of dollars. That's not what I'm here to tell you. I'm not going to make you think that I'm a genius. I'm not going to overcomplicate what should be very simple. I'm not going to show you the sexiest new platform or tech stack. I'm not certainly going to teach you how to go viral. But what I am going to do in the next 30 minutes is show you the exact funnel we've spent well over $5 million, close to $10 million in ad spend on, give you the benchmarks to know if it's working, and send you home knowing exactly what to do tomorrow. Does that sound cool? All right. So before we dive in, something you really need to understand is client acquisition is oxygen for your business. Everything else is noise. You can have the best product in the world, the best sales team. Without clients, it doesn't fucking matter. Your current clients are going to leave. Maybe they're with you for 6 months, a year, 2 years. So you can't rely on the current clients to stick around and pay your bills forever. We've got to get new ones. Organic content is like a slot machine. I suck at organic content. It's something I'm trying to do better at. Shout out Darren for helping me with that. But organic content's a slot machine. You're posting content. You don't know what's actually going to work. Every time you post, you're taking a swing at the slot machine. Referrals are great, but they're uncontrollable. And without this, you look like this tired woman here. You're waking up, you're grinding on your business, but you don't know where your next clients are coming from. The way this impacts you is you can't make decisions in your business. You're a slave to your content creation system. You undercharge clients out of desperation. How many have undercharged a client? Almost all of you. I certainly have. Closed before a 12K, a 50K deal. I'm like, fuck, I thought that 50K was a good deal. That shit sucks, right? That's the worst feeling. Worst feeling, Jeff. All right, so we never want you to undercharge. We don't want you to take bad fit clients and certainly be in a place where you're stuck and can't scale. So who am I? Like I said, spent closer to 10 million on paid ads behind the scenes of brands doing 1 to 2 mil a month. Damon, who just spoke, where are you? Are you here, Damon? Damon, okay. Damon's actually the new CMO at an offer we were scaling at its peak, was doing 2 to 3 million a month, was a stem cell offer. Worked with this guy, Paul here, has the #1 business podcast and a biz op offer doing 1.2 mil a month at its peak. I've scaled 2 businesses as well from the 0K a month mark to the first million in under a year. Worked with Eddie Malouf at BAD at some of the top info offers. Right now, I'm building an agency called The Intentional Few. We're really selectful with who we take on as clients. We're intentional with the clients we work with, the people we hire, and the strategies we deploy. And we believe that less is more, and that's our vehicle to build wealth and build cool businesses that change the world. Use that money to rebuild Syria. I come from the Middle East, and that country's been destroyed by war in the last 15 years. And so the big mission behind business is to use these resources to also fund the future innovation of children in the Middle East. So this is how it started. This is my cool brother. He's 32, 33. I have another brother, Omar. Maybe you guys seen him. He's wearing a crazy ripped jean jacket. Looks like a hippie. That's the middle one. He's the black sheep. But this is how it started. $500 a month. I had a mattress on the floor here in this room. I just moved all the way across the country from my parents' house. And I had, I believe, a plastic bin in the corner that had all my belongings in. I had a TV on there, and I would put my laptop and work on there. And within about a month of going to school, I dropped out. I was like, this shit sucks. If I can't play football, that's what my dream was. If I can't play football, I'm out of school, Dad. Not being a doctor, I'm not being a lawyer, I'm not being an engineer. I want to learn how to build a business. And so I dropped out of school, but I kept going to school and sitting in the library and filming these cold video pitches, sending them to business owners, trying to get clients. I had no idea what I was doing. This is the first video I ever sent. It took me 3 months to get over the anxiety of filming a video, pretending to know some shit that I had no idea what I was talking about, and then actually sending it to this business owner. Look how professional I thought I was looking, talking to this plastic surgeon. Anyone here do cold outreach or has in the past? How many of you liked it? It fucking sucks, right? So I realized something. You know, at the time, I was like, what's this big business innovation that I'm going to create? How do I be the next Elon or Jeff Bezos or Sam Altman? And I couldn't wrap my head around it. I still can't. I don't really know how these guys come up with these crazy ideas to go colonize Mars. But what I do know is I don't need my own crazy product. What I need to do is solve a problem that almost every founder has, which is client acquisition. And so that's what I became obsessed with. Not with the funnels, not with the creatives, not with the tactics, with the boring shit that actually makes you money, which is math. You can see here, this is literally what I live and breathe. I travel the world and sometimes don't know how to even have fun. Here in Morocco, if you can zoom in here, you'll see I'm literally working on a funnel for the client I showed you earlier that was doing $1 million a month. Same funnel for the same client. I'm on a cruise in the middle of the ocean, still working on the funnel, understanding the math behind it. So this is what I live and breathe. My approach is very simple. What I'm going to walk you through today is one funnel that beats everything else. I've run VSLs, I've run webinars, I've run challenges, I've run quiz funnels. I've literally seen it all. This is the funnel that hands down outperforms everything else in all of our clients' businesses. Everything else is either too slow, organic, referrals, outreach, or it's too complex, webinars, challenges. They have so many moving pieces and drop-off points, or they're too expensive to crack. For most new business owners, you don't have 6 months to test low-ticket offers, upsells, spend money on ads, and see a maybe break even at best, right? How many of you guys suffer from client acquisition challenges now or in the past in your business? Okay, I'm going to call on a few of you. Jeff, what's your business? Just scream it out. Okay, automated webinars. Sai? What type of business you run, brother? Okay, business consultant for fitness coaches. How do you acquire clients right now? Instagram, okay. Do you think that you could benefit from more clients? All right. So here's why this wins versus relying on organic like Instagram. Fastest path to qualified leads, highest ROI on your time, most predictable conversion path. Right? I'm not going to argue with you. I'm not going to lie to you. Can you get cheaper cost per lead, cost per calls with webinars, challenges, low ticket funnels? Yes. Can you still make a lot of money? Yes. I've done them with clients. But if you can crack this funnel first, everything else builds on top. And this is my core 4. This is my beliefs that I found works best to scale businesses over time and time again. Direct response marketing first. Before you get fancy, get profitable. Right? Number 2, simplicity beats complexity. Complex funnels don't scale. Math over opinion. If the data doesn't support it, we just don't do it. It's that simple. Anyone that comes to a meeting on any of our clients' companies and they say, oh, I have this amazing idea, we should do this, we should do that, my first question is, what's the objective? What's the KPI we're trying to increase? And if it's not the most important bottleneck in the business, that goes in the trash or goes on a maybe later list, right? And I heard Brandon Bowski, is that his name? Bowski was talking about this, one bottleneck at a time as well. We only focus on one hypothesis, one test, we iterate and move on. So let's talk through the three-part system that we use to implement this in businesses. Who's ready to dive in? Who's with me? Cool. Z, you install a VSL funnel in your offers before? How much were you guys doing at the peak in your business? Do call funnels work? Yeah. I haven't met a friend who's made more money than this guy personally, and they use call funnels, so there's something to learn. So keep in mind, your ads are only as good as what you feed the machine. Low clarity equals low performance. High clarity equals high performance, and here's what that means. This here on the right is the offer triangle. It's a model that I was like 19 when we created. I had no idea what it was. I just drew this thing. I was like, oh, this is so cool. Your audience, your offer, your messaging. Any one of these core pillars are broken, your ads don't work, you have shitty leads, and you get stuck scaling. And we found this time and time again that without clarity on who you serve, your offer positioning, your messaging, you're just lighting your money on fire, right? But I know you're probably seeing like, not this shit again, right? Not another guy talking about offers, talking about avatar, talking about getting clear. But here's why this is important, because most of you think you know who you're talking to. You don't. I've never come into a business where we don't have to work on their avatar clarity. We don't have to work on their offer structure. The client I showed you earlier, Paul, they were doing 1.2 million a month. First thing we came into their business, we restructured all their offers. They're doing $1 million a month. They definitely figured a thing or two out, but that wasn't what was going to get them to the next level. So we come in and restructure that. Here's what that looks like. This guy here, Mike can't even fucking speak. This guy's deaf, right? Deaf. The videos have no audio. His course before we came in was written on paper. People paying $10,000 for a Google Doc, right? When we talk to him, we got to get on Zoom and use a sign language interpreter. I'm speaking English, and the guy's doing this back to me. This is the power of actually knowing how to build a good offer, though. We helped him restructure his offer. In the first fucking 2 days, he closed $30K. This guy was making 10 to 15K a month, maybe, for years. He made 100K that first week signing on with us. Here's another guy. This was an estate planning offer. They helped billionaires and ultra high profile people set up estates and get out of tax liability. I sent him a 1.5-minute voice note about an angle, a better ad to run. The dude creates the ad. I say, keep me posted. Next day, signs 3 15K deals. I go, let's go. He goes, thanks, homie. These new ads are going live shortly. A few hours later, closed another 15K deal. That's 60K in 2 days from a 1.5-minute message. Who would like 60K in the next 2 days? All right. So no matter how much you think you know your avatar, guys, there's corporates out there that will pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for consultants like McKinsey to come in, and they spend a year with you just going over who you serve, what they actually want, and the emotional promise of your offer, right? Not all the features and deliverables. Again, not going to repeat what Brandon said, but the emotional promise of your offer. So the way we do this, I'm happy to give you guys all this after. Just DM me. This is a perfect client positioning workbook that we use whenever someone onboards. We map out their top 5 clients, their top 5 worst clients. We have all these categories that we walk people through to really understand the ins and outs of their offer. This shit is deep, but we do this once, and this sets up all the future assets that we have to build for the client. We already went over this. So from here, what do? Today we're going to get resourceful. We're going to talk about how to leverage AI as well to do most of the shit, because you're probably wondering, man, I don't want to sit there and type for 2 hours on a Google Doc, all the stuff that comes after this. So here's what we do. I give Claude, or our team gives Claude, the workbook. It extracts the insights. We build an official avatar doc. We have an onboarding form. You guys may not have one, but we upload all the details about the business, the offer, etc. From here, we get a doc like this back. This is the offer. This is the official offer that we're going to improve for the clients. We restructure their pricing to make sure the economics work. We make sure that it's positioned in the marketplace in a way that's likely to convert. And then the point of this doc is from that point forward, there's no more question about who we work with, how much our offer costs. New sales rep comes in, how do we train them up and teach them all the shit that we've been building. New marketing partner comes, they got to learn about your offer. New operator comes in, they got to learn about your offer. I can't tell you how many times that same client, Paul, they were doing $1 million a month. I go in, I'm like, what's your offer? It was this fucking Google Doc with improper formatting. It said like, this offer, 25K, 40K, 60K, bullet points of a few things. Gave me no context as a marketer, who you guys help, who you guys serve, what's the benefits of this offer, etc. So this, we create it once, gives massive clarity. How many of you guys have a doc that's super in-depth, client journey, offer, price points, benefits, features? Jeff? Almost none of you. Cool. You guys with me so far? So this is the boring stuff, but it's the foundations. It's not super exciting to talk about avatar or offer, but that's the stuff that's actually going to help you print money in these next 2 parts. Ready to dive into part 2? Some of you guys are just staring at me like I have 3 eyes. All right, this is the #1 funnel for high-ticket sales. It's simple, it's predictable, it's scalable. I've made this work in multiple industries, right? This is an info product, mainly creator event, but this has worked for me with coaching companies, in the automotive space with local service businesses, health and wellness clinics. That stem cell offer that we scaled was doing $2.5 million a month, $3 million a month at its peak. This is actually their funnel. It's funny, right before this, I went on and tried to find some shit that I still have from that. And Damon just came in. They're still running this funnel. I built this years ago, and we're spending $500,000 a month on ads. They still use it to this day. So here's the minimum viable funnel. It's 3 to 4 pages. It's a main page that has a video on it. I'll cover that in a sec. Then it's an application page, a form, a Calendly, Go High Level, Google Form, whatever it is. A place for them to book a call after if they're qualified, and a confirmation page that just acknowledges, hey, thanks so much for booking a call. Here's what's going to come next. Answer some FAQs, some testimonials, a few basic emails and SMS reminders for people to actually show up to your call, 5 to 10 ads, and nothing more. How many of you just run organic again? Just post online to get clients? Okay. Probably thinking like, man, that shit sounds complicated. I have no idea how to build a funnel. How many of you feel that way? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So these are your new best friends. You guys probably all use it already. Your iPhone, ChatGPT, Claude. This is what we do to create all these assets in less than 24 hours when a client works with us. We take that workbook I showed you. We take the offer doc. We take any testimonials that are written, screenshots, and we upload them all into the AI. You can create a project, a GPT, whatever it is. We upload any brand guidelines, fonts, colors, etc. And we let AI script all this stuff. The VSL script, the landing page copy, the email, SMS sequences, the ad scripts, anything you need, we literally just prompt it. It gives it out to us instantly. And then all you got to do is just film and connect the pieces. And even if you don't know how to do that, just go find someone on Fiverr, pay him $200. He'll connect it all for you, build your CRM, build your landing pages. You're good to go. Here's just a screenshot if you've never done this before. In Claude, same thing in GPT. Here are some prompts if you guys want to take a picture of it. These are some prompts that we use to write VSLs. This is a prompt to iterate on your ad creatives once they're already working, etc. Here's what all this looks like when you piece it together. You can see this is not sexy at all. It's literally a headline, a video, and a button. This is the calendar page. This has the form and the booking. This is the confirmation page. You can see below this video are just a bunch of FAQs and testimonials. I won't have time to go into the back end part of the systems, but some of the stuff that's further down this page is what's really keeps our show rate and quality high. So this was a new offer. This guy signed up with us in September. Took us 2 weeks to launch. He could have done it in 2 days if he was faster at filming content and getting it back to us. But in 2 weeks, this guy had 90K followers on Facebook, 10K followers on Instagram, and was only doing 10K a month. Came to us, he's like, man, I know that I should be doing a few 100K a month. My competitors are doing 5 mil a month with the same offer. There's only one other offer out there like this right now, and he believes he's best. How many of you guys think you're one of the best at what you do? Right, all of you. That's good. So, we did all of this. You can see here the metrics to show you guys. We launched week 1, $125 to get a lead, $200 to get a call. Pretty high, not above, not in KPI. You can see here by week 4 and week 5, it's costing us $17 to get an application and $58 to get a book call. That's the power of simplicity. Does this simplify things for you guys? Cool. So third and final piece, here's the funnel's just the structure. What really makes this print money is the ads. It's the actual driving traffic to the system that you just built. So there's 5 golden rules that we cover. Simple structure, right? Meta's algorithm now is super sophisticated on how it selects and shows creatives to the audience. And so you don't want to fight it. You get penalized for fighting the algorithm, trying to control it instead of just letting it do its thing. And then we scale what works, we cut what doesn't, we keep it pretty simple. Here's our campaign structures that we use in 2025 and 2026. Over the years, this has looked different. Every time I'll talk about ads, I'll probably tell you a new structure, but this is what we do now. We run one campaign with 3 ad sets. All that means is the ad sets here, which are really your audiences, those are segmented by different sophistication states of the market. Top of funnel, that's cold ads. That's things like just targeting different demographics or keeping it broad. Warm is anyone who's engaged with your profile. These are followers, email lists, etc. Bottom of funnels, maybe anyone who's already visited your funnels and still not converted. Again, if you have questions about this more advanced stuff, we can talk about it later. But these are examples. This is what we use for top of funnel. We go on our client's Instagram. We sort by the highest viewed reels. This stuff all was working really well. The guy has 10K followers, getting 100K views, 200K views, whatever it is. We take all these. You can see here, hip mobility, shoulder mobility, whatever. We run that as top of funnel. Now we have a predictable and controlled way to push what Meta already shows us works well organically and force it to show it to more people. The likelihood of these continuing to perform well is extremely high. You can see what that looks like here. We literally just take all of these and put more spend behind it. Then we hit it with direct response ads. These are intentionally geared to help people convert on the back end. How many of you guys know that you could retarget your current followers? Meaning anyone who's messaged you, anyone who's followed you. How many of you guys did not know that? How many of you guys just not going to raise your hand? Most of you. Okay. So you can actually go in and retarget anyone who's engaged with your account here. This is just a screenshot of where to find that. I'll skip that. This is our third and final piece, the boring math. This is the intentional few method, which is really the if-then method to make decisions in your business. We identify the bottleneck based on the data. I'll show you how we do that here in a sec. We form a hypothesis before we have anyone on our team propose ideas. It's here's my hypothesis. If we change this, if we change the VSL, we're going to have a higher engagement rate, which means more people apply and convert on the back end. We'll run that test. We'll measure results for about 3 to 7 days. And we either iterate, oh, that got us a little bit of lift, let's do more of that, let's put more emphasis there, or that shit didn't change anything, let's pick a new test and move on. And the way that we look at that here is we just map everything start to finish. I'm happy to also share this tracker with you. Everything from first impression all the way to the sales team even, if you zoomed out and kept looking at further down the spreadsheet. We track every metric, we look at the drop-off rate between each step, and we ask ourselves, which of these metrics is easiest to double? Pretty simple. These are some benchmarks. Take a picture of this if you want. This is the benchmarks that if your funnel hits these metrics, you can scale. Your cost to acquire customers is about 1/3 of the price of which you sell your offer. That's minimum, right? Turn $1 into $3 to be able to scale. Good cost per book call is $100 to $175 if you're selling a 5 to 10K offer. We're getting right now $50 to $100 book calls for that one client I showed you. Show rate should be 55 to 65%. Close rate at a 20 to 30%. If you're good on these, you scale. If not, you find the bottleneck. So I'll skip some of this, how to know what to test. I'm happy to share you guys these or take pictures of them really quick. If your cost per lead's high, this is what you test. If your show rate's low, these are some things you could test. If your close rate is low, these are some other things you can test. Making sense so far? We got like 30 seconds here. So when you got this all together, clarity informs the funnel. Funnel feeds the machine. Machine being meta. Meta gives you the data. Data allows you to make decisions. Decisions become clear and easy. That flywheel continues and you scale. How many of you guys feel like if you had a system like this, your client acquisition would be very predictable? Cool. So every day that you keep waiting, someone half as talented as you is going to continue making more money. You're going to sit there and be like, what the fuck? This guy is younger than me, worse than me at sales or content, and still making more. But it's not because they're better. It's because they just have a predictable system. And so, guys, I just simply want to see you all win. If you have a product or service that makes the world a better place, I believe that it belongs out there in the world. Ads have been the #1 most predictable way to help our clients generate more book calls for their sales team. I've got a free gift for you for anyone who is in the space and wants some help with this or has questions. I'll be in the back. I'm giving away 3 consulting packages as well as all these templates. What we do, I normally charge $5,000 for this alone. We'll audit your current funnels, ads, offers. We'll review all the current metrics and data you have. We'll build you a 90-day growth plan, and I'll personally jump on with you or your team members and tell you guys exactly what you need and share any templates along the way. That's just an appreciation for you guys being here. You being here means that you guys want to win. And Ari, bringing you guys here, thank you guys so much for having me. Let's go install this in your system, and let's make 2026 the best year yet. Thank you, guys.